Well, my name is Paul Johnston, and PJ is typically how I'm referred to, so please feel free to do the same. I'm lucky enough to be the CEO of Entellium, a company you may have heard of. We're in the on-demand CRM space and specialize in delivering cost-effective solutions to small and medium-sized businesses. However, I figured that topic has been done to death today, amongst other topics, although I'm sure that all the speeches were fabulous and I hope to follow in their lead. I'm going to talk about something completely different today, which is how the gaming industry and gamers could solve our user adoption issues, or more broadly, what is happening in the gaming industry that should have an impact in the software as a service or the software industry in general. And because I knew it was going to be late in the day, I thought I'd start with something a little bit fun. So there's an immediate parallel. Who doesn't need skill, who doesn't need speed, who doesn't need teamwork in their office? Who doesn't want to harness the potential that video games inspire in individuals inside your organizations and have them apply to using business software? Now I know this sounds like a far-fetched idea, but there's some interesting other things. For example, Gamer Dude. Anyone recognize Gamer Dude from their home? Okay, maybe your kids don't quite look like this, but there's this kind of misnomer that gamer dudes are kind of geeky and they sit around and they're like couch potatoes and they're intellectually challenged and frankly all they do is play games all day. Well, I hate to bust that myth, but actually gamer dudes, they look a little bit different in today's business. In fact, gamer dude probably looks like this. He is typically much more upwardly mobile than you imagine. In fact, some of you, could anyone here take a guess at what the average age of a gamer is? 30. Everyone said 30-something. Makes me feel young. But yeah, you're right. Actually, some interesting statistics. Let me get to those in a moment. Some interesting statistics about how old gamers are. But for you guys today, what I hope to share is, we have a lot to learn from video gamers and the designs of video games and how we can apply that to the design of business software and how that will have an impact on the consumer experiences and what your users inside your organization and what you might be looking for. Hopefully you'll get something from that today. I also hope today that you'll learn something about what we're calling gamer influenced design. So this is a phrase that we coined to basically describe, well, what are the attributes in gaming that we should really be looking for, and how do they actually translate into a piece of software? So actually I'm going to show you some screens. Later on I'm going to show you, like, this is a piece of software that doesn't have GID, and this is a piece of software that does have gamer influence design, so you can really see the difference. And at the end, what I hope is that I've given you something to think about, and you can go back and leverage that opportunity inside your organization. For example, you can go back and hold a gaming marathon. See who the real gamers are? No. There'll be something a little bit more substantial for you to take away. But the point is, there's been a lot of research done in this field. There's a couple of books that I've read that I thought you might be interested in. One is Got Game, and one is The Kids Are Alright. Got Game was published in 2004, and The Kids Are Alright was published in 2006. The authors are John Beck and William Mitchellway, rather. These guys have done extensive studies, and what they've looked at is, who are gamers? What do they look like? What do they dress like? How do they behave? Where do they work? What positions do they hold in companies? What makes them different? What makes them exciting? And boy, there's some very interesting statistics. Today, in North America alone, there are 190 million gamers. 190 million gamers, video gamers, and online, these massive online gamers. The average age of a gamer is 33. 80% of managers in your organizations under the age of 35 probably play a video game at least 2 or 3 days a week. And they spend on average 7.4 hours a week playing games. These statistics are according to the 2 books I referenced and also the Entertainment Software Association of America. 45% of people play these games online, so they don't just hide in their living room, they go online and join the online community, which is kind of scary. I don't know if anyone has children, I do. My kids just signed up for Xbox Live about a month ago, and my family room has never been the same since. There's a whole bunch of people on the screen that I have no idea who they are, but my kids seem to like blowing them up. And that's a positive influence? No. And also interesting about the age of gamers. So there's some very interesting facts about gamers that really, I think there's a lot of myths about age and you know, what their personal position is. And, you know, there used to be a game called EverQuest. You guys remember the game EverQuest? Do you guys realize that they had over 650,000 active users? And guess what? The average EverQuest user plays for 22 hours a week. I call that a part-time job, right? It was an amazing amount of time and effort that's been spent on gaming. So there's a interesting...
I think they're professionals at part-time job.
The professional part-time job. Well, hey, interesting research. Check this out. So gamers consider themselves more confident than their co-workers. So if you have gamers in your office and you can identify who they are and you talk, they will typically, in the right environment, let you know that they're better than the other guy. Because they're competitive, right? Because they play video games. Also, they're more passionate about the companies they work for. Because they tend to be more engaged. I know that we think that video gamers are possibly the myth is that, you know, they're lazy bums. But they tend to be more engaged. Also, I think a fabulous thing in business, they're more willing and readily accept taking risks. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that Harvard Business School wants to teach you, right? How to take calculated risks for reasonable returns. Gamers have got this thing mastered, right? It's the whole going into a room in Halo not knowing what's going to be the other side and coming out alive, right? And going through all the different levels in various different games. They also value very highly their skills. They believe themselves to be highly competent, highly skilled individuals. And I think as an owner of a business, I particularly like the last one, which is gamers prefer to be paid according to their performance or results, not based on a salary. If given the choice, they would rather be paid exclusively on their performance. What does that tell you about that kind of individual? It tells you they've got a lot of motivation, a lot of confidence, and they're feeling that they can execute better than other people around them. Again, interesting attributes that you have inside the organization. And there are remarkable similarities. How about this? You know, we could kind of split the room up. You guys can be the gamers. Everybody okay with being a gamer over there? You're kind of cool. And everybody over here, you can be the business professionals. Well, how about this? Gamers, come on technology. Gamers play against the clock. Well, business professionals need to meet deadlines. What's the difference? Very little difference. Gamers play with others. Well, what do we need people to do? We call it collaborating. But it's playing with others, working together. Right? It's a stunning sight. Like I said, my children recently signed up for Xbox Live. My young son is a pretty mean feat at Halo. And you know, he signs up and suddenly he's joined a clan of 5 other players. And they've worked out without knowing each other for more than 10 seconds how to attack a particular flag, get the flag and take it back to their camp. Instant collaboration. There was no getting to know each other, there was no management counseling, there was no, you know, they got in, they fired up, they took out the objective.